Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Breaking Prisms, where we go over Black Mirror, which is done, so go check that out. Where we go over Love, Death, and Robots, which is coming out on Thursdays. But today, we are going over the Twilight Zone episode 28, called A Nice Place to Visit. Today is November 12th, 2047. Yes, we're coming to you from the future.
Wow. Trust me, guys, it's not as amazing as you thought it would be.
No, it looks about the same.
Yeah. People are still working retail.
Yeah. The robots haven't taken over quite yet.
They're trying, though.
Real hard.
Yep. Taking inventory at Walmart still.
But, as I said, a nice place to visit.
But I wouldn't want to live there.
And it seems so bad. Oh, God. So, top level, a thief
Pretty much
dies, and Colonel Sanders brings him to a place. That's really where we're at.
Okay, well, I guess that is the most uppermost top level of everything, except the Colonel Sanders. Whatever. Yeah, it's fine.
He looks like Colonel Sanders.
Okay.
Just think Colonel Sanders. Trust me, you're not missing much.
I don't know, the mustache. The mustache wasn't fully there.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't clean-shaven mustache. It was more just like scruff. Still, Colonel Sanders picks him up off his bootstraps and brings him to a magical place. And that is the episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is a guy who's hard on his luck goes to a place where he...
Is he really hard on his luck, though?
Well,
I know that's how they introduce him.
Yeah.
But...
According to his history.
So, I think overall, really good episode.
Yes.
Acting, well done. Props, well done. We don't have just one set. We have at least 3 or 4 good solid sets. They move kind of around and through.
Really great visual effects. We have what seems like more of a budget, like you said.
Yes, it seemed higher budget than some of the episodes we have seen that didn't seem to have any budget at all.
Definitely the transitions were a lot smoother this time. The effects on people as far as fading in, fading out. Just the Twilight Zone feel to it was definitely there.
It's a cool episode. Cool episode where you're always a little suspicious.
Yes.
Always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And unfortunately, that's the biggest issue of the episode, is...
when the shoe drops.
When the other shoe drops. So,
when we go on the... what is it? The eternal commercial break.
Yes. Something that truly feels like it should be a commercial break. But it's the end of the episode.
Yes.
So, it's a little bit of a problem. All about this episode is good. It's solid. I think at a certain part, maybe even drags maybe a little too long in certain areas. Because, like...
what's going to happen?
Something... Yeah. We know something has to happen. There has to be something. It's like, when are we going to get there? The issue is I think we should have gotten there just a hair sooner.
Yes.
And had a little bit more fleshed out ending. And that's the only issue with the episode.
I think this is one of those episodes where they were filming it, and then they noticed how long it was and was like, we gotta wrap this up now.
And they do.
Yeah.
And they do. But this episode needed another minute or two. We needed anything better in the ending, because the one we got was not satisfying. For how enjoyable the rest of the episode was, the end fell flat.
Yes. But despite all that, it was not enough for us to...
No, it was still an ending.
Yes.
It still did end. I mean, you can definitely consider it an ending. It's just not the ending we wanted. It wasn't satisfying enough.
Which leads us to our rating. How many Kubies did we lose today?
It's a little bit of a hard one. It's according to how much you dislike the ending. I don't think it's terrible.
No.
But it's definitely not good.
It was one of those things where it didn't leave enough of a bad like that. It did not leave a bad enough impact for us to disregard the rest of the episode.
Yes. To me, this isn't The Mist. I hate The Mist.
I know, you continuously bring it up.
Because I hate it so much. The ending ruins the entire movie for me. This doesn't do that.
Anyway.
Well, the ending and then the whatever woman.
Oh, jeez.
The evil woman. She's horrible. She's so horrible. So terrible.
We are not reviewing The Mist
We
again.
could be. It's bad.
Then
it's really bad.
So you will expect us to watch The Mist.
The Mist is 0 cubes. I throw them all off. They're all gone.
We're going to be reviewing The Mist next, apparently.
So, this does not have a Mist ending, in my opinion. This is better than that.
Yes. So overall, out of all of our Kubies...
One day I'm going to get enough cubes. It's going to make this much more visually entertaining. Get off there, buddy. Get off there.
So yes, we only lost one little Kubie this time.
And that is due to the ending.
Yes. Because overall, a lot of ours had been hitting a point where it was like, it was a really strong episode, or at least a good episode, but there was so many small details that just picked it apart until we had to give it a 3. This one, overall, it was really just that ending.
It was just the ending. Yeah. I don't really have any other complaints. I really enjoyed the episode through and through. Again, we needed
something. We needed an explanation that was not given to us.
Yes. Sometimes too much explanation can be a bad thing. In this case, it was a bad thing not getting enough.
Yes. So, this was definitely a 4 out of 5.
Great episode. Go check it out.
Yes.
Come back. You're back. Hey, great. Now we're going to spoilers.
Spoilers.
Which will reveal the ending.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which is exactly what they did.
Yes.
That was our big music cue for the ending.
So yes, pretty much a really quick speed through is, of course, man gets shot. He's woken up by apparently Colonel Sanders and is told, hey, I am your guide through this new place that is yours and yours alone.
Yeah, never explains to him that he's dead. He doesn't quite figure out he's dead till much later in the episode. Yeah. I don't know how they get to where they get to. We don't see that transition from the alley to the apartment.
No.
We're just there?
Yes. But we know there has to be at least some transition, or it's built into said place because he is able to leave his little penthouse. There is, outside the building, there is another place. They're allowed to walk everywhere.
Yes. So something happens.
Oh, drive. Because you remember, he has a valet, so he can drive.
Yes. So, again, we don't see the transition, but this didn't have probably the budget to, we don't need 14 sets.
Yeah.
This isn't a movie. You don't need all of that. And it's not necessary for the episode.
No.
But, so we get to this little place, and things are going great.
So pretty much, after his initial suspicions of, oh, you're trying to kill me, oh, you're trying to rob me, you're trying to poison me, you're trying to do all these things, and Mr. Sanders, his name's Pip, okay? His name's not Mr. Sanders.
It is Mr. Sanders.
Pip is literally like, hey, you can have anything you want. Everything you want is here. Just think it'll be here. So he automatically wants money. Money's there. He automatically wants women. Women are there. And next thing you know, he's finding out that he can win. In all his life, he's of course gambled, probably lost a lot of money. He's done a bunch of things to try to get that money back that he owes to people. And now all he has to do is sit down at the table, pick a number, close his eyes, believe in it, and suddenly, ta-da, he wins.
To which inevitably becomes the downfall of the episode?
Yes, he gets bored. There's no longer conflict. There's no longer chance. Spontaneity is removed out of his life. It's just, oh, I want it, I get it, and that's it. No one says no to me unless I want them to, which then I know they're going to say no to me, so thus it ruins the fun.
Yes, nothing's fun. He can't do anything bad anymore.
Yeah.
We go to look at his rap sheet, and it just talks about how terrible he's been.
Yes, because he thinks everything, this world is completely bright. It's white. It's shiny. He's the only thing that has kind of like the dark class to it. And yet, he doesn't understand why he's there. Because if he's getting everything he wants, he had to have done something good in his life to deserve to have been brought to heaven. And so let's go look at his rap sheet real quick.
Which we only get a few things, but starts from his first bad deed, because it's the only bad deeds we get.
Yes.
Him killing a dog that bit him. Him stealing toys. Him starting a gang. Him
stealing a bicycle.
So nothing good. This man has not really done anything good with his life.
And yet, leaving that, he's like, oh, well, there must have been something. It must have been something. And so he walks away from it, and Pip's like, hey, if you ever need me, just call.
And then we skip a month.
Yes. He's bored. He goes to the tables. He wins. He's tired of the women that are around him. It's just the flair is gone.
So he calls good old Pip.
And wonders, hey, what can I do? I'm bored. I need to do something fun and exciting. I'm missing something in my life. And Pip's like, well, hey, there's a bank over there. Do you want to rob it?
Yeah. Do you want to rob a bank? Which she says is great. She's like, but is there any risk I'll be caught? If you want to. Huh.
Down to the point, oh, here, we'll plan out your escape vehicle. We have plenty of options to choose from.
So yeah, he once again, it's like, hey, it must be a mistake. I definitely am not supposed to be here. This is not where I belong. Can I go to the other place? Can I go to...
Yes.
I'm not supposed to be in heaven. Can I go to the other place?
Yes. So he, of course, runs to the door, and Pip's kind of giving him this confused look, and is like, what makes you think you're in heaven?
This is the other place.
And to which we get this stare between them where you just subtly see the guy's face kind of drop from shock to what's going on. And then he, of course, tries to leave and the door's locked, and that's when we get the maniacal laughter of
Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
And chicken.
We pan upwards. Rod Sterling does his nice little outro, which is probably the shortest thing I've heard. He even sounds like he's reading it fast, and then...
So yeah. The ending is just really abrupt. Really, like, okay, you're in hell. This is hell. This bright, shiny, pretty place where you get any and everything you could ever want. And there's no conflict, which everything I just said sounds like heaven. Literally. Like, oh, you go to heaven and it's wonderful and it's beautiful and there's no conflict ever and it's great and it's magical. That was this place. But that was bad.
Which makes you wonder, what's heaven like? Like, in this world, if this is hell, what is heaven? Because if the point of hell is that you get everything you want, but you never feel excitement anymore, you never feel joy, you never feel anything, and you start to feel loneliness and all this stuff based on getting everything you want, then what technically is heaven? Is heaven just life? I guess I don't understand. Like, I guess I wouldn't see where the contrast would be at.
Yeah, if this was any and everything he could ever want in a beautiful place, beautiful women, money, everything. There's nothing he didn't have other than, like, real companionship from real people.
From the people, the familiar faces that he once knew, his friends, anybody that he could call upon.
If you're in heaven, wouldn't the point be no conflict? We don't want anything bad. Conflict isn't good, but kind of is. But that's the thing.
I guess I would need to know what the opposing side is. I would need to know that in order to understand more about this episode.
Exactly. We needed more in the episode, as bad as it is. Because what he was living wasn't that bad. I mean, it's not when you think hell, you don't think, no conflict and everything I could ever want. What a terrible thing.
Fake relationships with every single person you will ever meet, and they are only there because you needed somebody to be there.
Just like real life.
I got dark fast. So guys, overall, yeah.
I just needed something more. A good episode, a cool episode, but there wasn't no moral of the story.
Which really, the only moral, pretty much, or anything, note, quote, anything, is, of course, the title, which is, it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
It's don't wish... Don't
be careful what you wish for.
Be careful what you wish for, or getting everything you ever wanted isn't everything it's cracked out to be.
Which makes sense, because they've done that plenty of times with talking about people who get rich and stuff like that. As far as you can now have everything you want, but you can never trust the people that become your friends because you don't know if they're actually companions or if they want your money. You don't know if I don't know. Pretty much just.
I don't know. Just needed a little more. Still a really good episode, though.
Yes. I don't think the ending deterred it enough for it to be nah, we don't care for both.
No. I mean, it proved its point. There's a little thought put into it. It just, again, wasn't particularly satisfying. It
just felt rushed. As though they ran out of time and were we gotta just slap something on there.
Exactly. Oh, it's the last scene. Or, we only have time in the episode for one more scene. All right. Oh, everything's terrible. You don't like it anymore. Oh, you're actually in hell. Ha ha ha. Okay, cut. That's it. That was the episode.
Have a good day, guys.
You think maybe we could have enough time for one more scene to flesh this out a little bit? No. We only have 24 minutes. So.
Rod, do your thing. We got to get this wrapped up.
Pretty much. So.
Read faster, Rod. Read faster.
But still a good episode. Yes. We're nitpicking a little bit here at this point.
Definitely, go watch it. It was way, way more than what we're saying. So go watch it.
Enjoyable episode. Not perfect, though, by no means. No. Go check it out. But as always, you can reach me at Stars Untraveled. You can reach Amanda at KZPup. You can reach the show at Beyond Our Focus, everywhere, including YouTube and podcast services around the globe.
No.
I think so.
Either in heaven or hell. I don't know which one.
Well, I know where I'll be.
I just don't know which one the podcast will reach.
Definitely hell. It's torture for those poor people.
Yeah, that's true. Everything you ever wanted.
Which is this. Anyways, until next time, long days and pleasant nights.